KOFA Yuma Border Radio 94.7 FM and 1320 AM. We can also be heard with the KOFA app and at kawc.org. We have been a service of Arizona Western College since 1970.
Take KAWC and Border Radio with you everywhere with the KAWC KOFA app. The app lets you stream our news and music programs, link to the latest headlines from NPR, and hear stories from the KAWC newsroom. Download it to your smartphone through the Apple Store or Google Play Store. Just search for KAWC to load it to your phone right now.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ronnie.
And on today's program, we are going to be joined first by Steven Navarro, who is a local children's author.
And a 49er fan.
Yes, he wrote, I think the whole book is about 49ers.
It's all in the colors. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so we're going to ask him why he chose to write a book about that. Well, probably his favorite team.
Yes.
As well as Kristan Sheppeard from Keller Williams. She has a free seminar about real estate going on. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. And you can stream right now on the Border Radio Facebook page and KAWC YouTube page. And email us at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma and Imperial Valley Wealth Management, offering solutions for those who value financial planning. YIVWM.com.
Chili from Philly, unique Papa Giorgio from Yuma.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny.
Oh, and I'm Ronnie.
Yes, and on today's episode, as we said, we have a children's author joining us, Steven Navarro, and we were talking off air because I'm friends with his older brother. So I was thinking, were you around? I kind of remember, I'm vaguely remembering the little brother coming around because
the annoying little brother.
Well, I don't know about annoying, but maybe because my best friend, he had a little brother, Aaron Quiros, and so I think you guys were about the same age, and you would join. And your mom and my best friend's mom at the time, Delano, were best friends, so it's kind of cool seeing you around. Go ahead and talk in the mic. I couldn't really. No. I can't hear him.
The wire again.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
We
I'm on.
Yeah.
Talon fixed it. He saved the day.
Was it Talon that filled? Oh, yeah.
He said, it was his fault.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Number
Thank
4,
you,
Mike, number 4. So Steven Navarro, children's author, you wrote a book, The Life of a Faithful, and you wrote about the 49ers, and we're going to get into why I can't figure it out. But you grew up here in Yuma?
That's correct. Yeah, I'm born and raised from Yuma.
Yeah. So what area? What neighborhood? What hood? What barrio?
Yeah. In town, man. I was jumped around a bunch of schools, but graduated from Kofa High School in 2006. So born and raised here, though.
Yeah. So, but we got to go way back. Elementary,
way back.
Where'd you go?
Yeah. What are you talking about? We can't jump to high school yet. You didn't do that.
This is a half-hour show.
Okay. I mean, I went to a lot of schools, honestly. So Poncroft, Otondo. Mom was taking me and my brother everywhere.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, okay, where are we going next, Mom?
Yeah.
And
so
we were Rancho Viejo, you name it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm all over Yuma.
Okay. Did you? So a lot of friends still, or like?
Yeah, a lot of friends still there, and I've been here my whole life.
Yeah, and so I know you were talking about where your mom lives now. How old were you at that area, off of 8th?
Probably elementary.
Elementary.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So Palmcroft and that. And so growing up in Yuma, how'd you end up a 49ers fan?
That's funny. I get that question all the time,
Really?
Right?
Yeah, because it should be the Cardinals. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Be, right? Yeah, well,
but nobody should be a Cardinals fan after what
My
happened.
son is like, sorry, honey.
Yeah, I mean, if they were winning when I was younger, maybe I would have been a Cardinals, right?
Yeah.
But my uncle Marco Navarro, man, I saw him and his friend watching a game one time against Niners versus Packers, like in 1998. I think I was 10 years old, and I saw him excited, and I was like, I want to be just like my uncle and his friend, like crazy excited fans. So that's what I'm doing now.
So they were Niners fans. Like there was a group of them. Any reason? Do you know why? Did you ask them why?
I think because it was their era.
Okay, like 80s. They were, and that was like a winning team at that point.
So I think they gravitated to the winning team in the 80s, and then they were fans all the way to the 90s, and that's when I was around at 10 years old, and I was just like, I want to be a winner and a crazy fan like those guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So bringing up my old best friend, Delano Quiros, he was a Chicago Bulls fan.
Okay.
Jordan. So
Yep.
Jordan was the big deal. So
Right.
you're a Jordan fan. And I just remember being like, no, we live in Arizona, dude. Like we had to
like
be
them.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
So Charles Barkley and KJ back in the
Yeah.
day, those were some of my heroes. And he was like, no. And well, they always lost. But I've been
Oh.
faithful to my
Yeah.
Arizona teams.
That's good.
No matter what. But
That's really good because one day you will get your win.
One day,
it's gonna be
like,
great. It's gonna be a
that
great
has to
feeling.
be, right? Like the
Someday.
Cardinals
Yeah.
and the Suns got to win something,
Yeah.
you know.
It'll happen.
I
Yeah.
like the Suns. I've always.
I do too. I do too. I'm a Phoenix Suns fan.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up this morning and they were playing. Did you know that?
No. Is it
Yeah,
back?
yeah, they're in China right now.
Oh, wow.
A lot of the NBA teams are playing in China. So I woke
Oh.
up this morning. It was the Suns down 20 points at halftime. I was like, oh God.
Shocking.
Against-
Yeah. You're
against
like,
the Nets.
wow.
No, they won. They ended up winning
There
in
you go.
overtime
There
in
we go.
China. Yeah.
Comeback.
Good.
So-
Comeback story.
So you went to KOFA?
I went to KOFA, correct? Yeah,
How
I
was that?
graduated in 06. It was good. Like I said, I lived real close by, so I grew up in that area.
So Kofa, did you want to be a children's author at that point? Like, what did you want to
Man,
be when you? 'Cause I knew what your brother wanted to be, a graffiti artist.
Yeah,
and
he still is. You know,
Yeah.
he still is, man. Shout out to my brother, man. He's still living his passion, his dream.
Yeah.
Oh, is he an artist?
He's an artist. Yeah, he
Very
lives in
cool.
Vegas.
Oh.
Graffiti artist, and he works for the News Fox over there. And but
He's
yeah,
always worked for the news. I think that was like one of his first
Wow.
jobs here at
Yeah,
KYMA. Like
KYMA, yeah.
all of our friends kind of
Mhm.
went over there. I think
Mhm.
one went and then they all followed.
Correct,
And so, yeah, they're.
yeah,
Okay.
he's doing his thing over there, and I'm happy
So-
for him.
When you were in high school, what'd you want to be?
When I was in high school, wow, I wanted to be a firefighter, but that kind of fell through right away, and so I was like,
What do you mean fell through right away? What was that?
Well,
Like,
I don't want to get too many details. The grades weren't good. I wasn't a school guy,
Okay,
right? So wasn't prepared for the academy. But then I was like, Plan B is join the army,
mhm.
Oh,
and so
okay.
I joined the army at 18.
Wow, what'd you do?
I was airborne. I was with the 82nd Airborne,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a driver too. So I was a truck driver. So I was supporting the infantry guys while
Mhm.
while the war was going down in,
Mhm.
in Iraq in 2007
Oh,
and whatnot.
wow. So,
So-
where'd you go to boot camp? Did you go to boot
Yeah,
camp?
yeah. So I
Okay.
went to boot camp in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Oh.
It was shocking from Yuma being here for 17, 18 years and then
Mhm.
going straight to the East Coast and like just snow.
Culture
Oh,
shock
okay.
too,
culture
and like
shock,
Weather,
yeah,
people.
yeah,
Weather.
everything. I get off the bus and they're screaming at us, and I'm like, "What?" And there's
You're like,
icicles.
why are you yelling at
there's-
me?
There's icicles hanging off the power lines. I'm slipping on ice. They're like, "Get your bags," and I'm like, what did I get myself into?
Why am I here?
Why am I here? Exactly. But had to get used to it and had to get comfortable with that real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
so learning experience for you. What was that like?
Big learning experience, had to grow up quick,
Mm.
so, no more mommy, I was a mommy's boy, but no more mom
Yeah.
there. And so I had to grow up quick at 18 years old and do my army thing. And
Mhm.
it was fun, made a lot of friends
Mhm.
from different, parts of the world and stuff. And then also I was 82nd Airborne. So that was
Okay.
another.
So what does that mean? I hear
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
Flying?
like
So when the recruiter talks to you, he's like, all right, this is going to be your job. And then he also kind of gives you like a side thing. He's like, would you like to be airborne? I'm like, what is that? He's like, you jump out of planes. We'll give you an extra,
Oh
we'll give you an
my
extra
gosh.
$150 a month. Sure. Sign me up on that as well, since I'm already here.
so,
You're like,
so,
I'll take the
yeah.
cash.
so they tell you I'm going to give you $150 extra
A month.
and you got to jump out of planes.
Correct.
I'd be
And-
like, no.
And then you said, well, yeah, I could use the money.
I
you
mean,
know.
I'm already there signing documents. I'm already
In
joining
it,
the
you're like,
army.
"What? Let's just do it."
That sounds, and he makes it sound like it's the greatest thing ever, right?
Yeah, that's what they do. Recruiters.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
their
they're good at
job.
their
That's what their
job.
job. You know what I
Have
mean?
you ever seen Saving Private Ryan and Black Hawk Down? You want to be like,
Sure.
I'm like, okay, I want
Yeah,
to be
but
just
those
like
are
them.
movies.
I know, he made it seem like it was gonna be a movie, and it was a scary movie when I.
Tell me about, I want to
Well-
hear that. What's the first time?
Yeah.
Jumping
Yeah, so
out?
after boot camp, you go to airborne school once you're done. So that's another additional 3 weeks.
Mm.
It's like boot camp all over again. But you just fall, you learn how to fall and land for like 2 weeks straight. It's
Wow.
just you're on a zip line and they're like, let go. And you let go and you're falling down on these, the soft little rocks or whatever. But
Mhm.
just falling down for 2 weeks straight of
Wow.
learning how to properly keep your feet and knees together. And
Whoa. I'm sure, yeah, there's a science to it.
yeah,
So you
there
don't
is.
break your legs.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of falling, learning how to fall properly.
Okay. So then you take your first real flight. What was that like?
Yeah,
Were you scared?
Yeah, definitely, right?
Yeah.
But you kind of follow everybody else, and there's no time to stop. They even told you if you don't jump, we're gonna kick you out. And I didn't want to be that guy to hold the line up.
Yeah.
You know,
And then they'll make fun of you later.
So you're in a helicopter? Is that what it is?
C-130 and C-17, just big aircrafts with both doors open.
Okay.
Oh
Lined up with full of people with their parachutes on the zip line, on the static line, and you just got to really flop out. You just get out of the plane, and the parachute will open up for you.
Oh, it opens up for you?
Yes, it does. So it's like a backpack with a rope tied to the static line, and you just kind of fall out. Some people kind of flop out because they're too scared, but get out there, and you just see a bunch of parachuters just coming down.
Why do they make the parachute open for you? Every time you see a movie, right? It's like, pull the string.
Yeah, no, this is meant to get troops on the ground. And so we don't want no room for mistake or whatnot. So they're like, get these soldiers on the ground, and so they make it pretty easy for you.
Okay.
But it's
where were you?
I was in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. So that's where I was stationed at, and I was there, and then they sent me to Iraq right away. After I did all my training. They're like, it's time for war.
So so this was during when they tried to, like, what year?
Yeah, this was like 2007.
2007
is when I went. Yeah, it was towards the end of the war. I believe, the war.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, that's what I was trying to. But yeah, it was towards the end.
It was towards the end. It was towards the end. I mean, this stuff was still going down, but I joined. I joined towards the end.
So how many jumps do you have?
Probably about 20, 22.
About 20. Okay.
Yeah, 22 jumps.
Did you have to jump while you're in Iraq?
No. Lucky enough, I didn't. I think the first boots on the ground did some jumping in Iraq, but I was lucky enough to just do it and practice and preparation just in case we had to do it again.
Yeah.
So I got to do it.
What'd you do once you got to Iraq?
When I got to Iraq, I caught up with the unit there. I deployed twice. So I went to Iraq twice. The first time around was like a 4-month deployment. Just kind of stayed on the base and helped with guarding the Iraqi prisoners and stuff like that. And and so that was, I'm still 19 years old at the time, right? So still trying to figure that all out. And then the second time around, I was there for the whole year, and that one was a little bit more, action going on there. I went to Baghdad, Iraq. And so saw some action, and good thing I survived that, and some of us didn't, right? So rest in peace, some of the guys.
Yeah.
So you were in action.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I said, I was one of the truck drivers, but I was a 50 cal gunner. So when we would have to go deliver supplies to our infantry guys at their location. So there we are on missions, driving to go support them, food, mail, whatever it is. And sometimes we would get hit, we would get incoming fire.
Yeah. So I know when you sign up, there's typically a time that you sign up for. Did you just do that and complete it, or did you get back in?
No, yeah. So I've only signed up for my 4-year contract. You could re-sign up, obviously, right? But after like my first year, I'm like, I want to get out.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. So
just because of what I saw, just the action that I saw, and I was just kind of seeing people pass away in front of me, and I was just like, it's probably time to get out when my 4 years is up.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So I got out, did my 4 years, and used the benefits to come back home and go to college.
So what you?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So tell us what you did when you got back home.
Yeah, I came back home after my 4 years and went to college here, at AWC.
All right.
Yeah, used the GI Bill, and I went to the Law Enforcement Academy here, the LEADA course, the Law Enforcement Training Academy. So graduated from that, and I thought I wanted a career in law enforcement.
Okay.
So those are the guys we always see running around with the white shirt and the black pants. They have to run everywhere they go. You can't walk. I see them running everywhere.
Yeah. That was me. Like time is going by fast, but that was about 10 years ago already, or something like that. Yeah.
So you graduated. You thought you wanted to be a policeman?
I thought I wanted to be Border Patrol.
Oh.
So I did it just to have more of that experience. But I got a job at YPG. I was at YPG for about 10 years. I was working at YPG doing security work.
Okay, so that's close. That's law enforcement adjacent, right? Security.
Yeah, exactly. So I did 10 years YPG security.
So what was that like?
That was fun. I mean, I love the schedule. I love the slower pace. It was calm. So I got used to that. I was able to enjoy myself for the most part.
Yeah.
So is that what you did before writing the book? That's like.
Yeah. So no. So that was. So I just quit my job 2 months ago to pursue this book. But I was working at the Marine base for the past 3 years.
Okay. So what'd you do there?
So YPG 10 years, and then Marine base for 3 years, and and I was working with the F-35s, so the jets and the pilots that are there that are located on a Marine base.
What'd you do?
Yeah.
I was doing security work. Like I had a
security
secret
again.
clearance and stuff. And so
you can't talk about it?
Yeah, it's a non-disclosure
Dang.
stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I want to know the secrets.
it's
It's not that cool.
It's not that cool, but it's not that cool, but it also is at the same time.
yeah,
right?
it's
But,
important. I'm sure
correct.
what you're doing.
but it wasn't for me. After a little while, I was just like, all right, this is getting like, I'm in a confined space, and I was like, no windows.
Oh,
no,
that's not fun.
Yeah, no, no cell phone or anything like that.
Wow.
So it's like the day dragged because sometimes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but to meet the pilots and to talk to the Marines, that was fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that was a pretty cool time.
So you did that, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to write a book. In
Yeah,
that time, like
correct.
you're so. Maybe are you coming up with ideas for the book while you're sitting there?
That's
no
right.
cell phone
Yeah,
and no
exactly.
stuff. Like you got time to kind of
Yes,
To
sir.
think about it
think
all.
and daydream,
Yeah,
huh?
yes, sir. Exactly, exactly. So I'm like, while I'm in there, why not make this book or start brainstorming? So that's what I did.
So how does that start though? Like I want to write a children's book. I love the 49ers. Like what was the first thought?
Yeah. So my cousin made a book, and I kind of picked his brain. I'm like, cousin, you made this book? And he's like, yeah, I made this book. He had a book that his dog passed away, and it was a pretty nice book though, the real cartoony and just real good story. So I'm like, if you could do it, cousin, I could do it. So shout out to my cousin Ricky. He lives in California. I graduated from UCLA. So smart guy. And he's helped me with the kind of the logistics of the book and how to get it done. So
What was his book called? You remember?
Princeton's Palace?
Princeton's Palace.
Yeah, that's the name of his dog.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Okay, so you got ideas from him.
Yep, got the ideas from him. And I was like, I did my 49er thing.
Wow.
I'm a hardcore 49er fan. I'm like,
So it was like your house all decorated?
house, car,
Your bedroom.
tattoos.
You got tattoos.
All of it, huh?
Yeah, go to
Your
the
car,
game.
license plate.
I tore my Achilles during the Super Bowl. I jumped up with so much excitement.
Oh wow!
Popped my Achilles.
So you
Oh,
got
my
injured
God.
like you were playing the game.
I'm like part of the team.
No, geez,
I'm
man.
part of the team.
You're
man.
on
They
the-
owe you. They need to pay for your bills.
Exactly. So that's why I made the book. I'm like, maybe I get some money out of this.
Yeah.
Get my money back.
Yeah, yeah,
I can't believe that.
Yeah. I'm hardcore.
yeah. Hardcore. We're going to find out how hardcore.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick break right now. We're going to come back with more on how you got into this children's book and how it's doing right here. After the break, you're listening to What's Up Yuma right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Yuma and Imperial Valley Wealth Management, offering listeners a one-on-one, no-obligation consultation to review their current financial affairs and provide strategies for meeting future goals. More at yivwm.com. Investment advisory services offered through CWM LLC and SEC registered investment advisor.
This is 94.7 FM. I'm Juan Garcia from the KWC newsroom. Showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for Yuma, and a flood watch is in effect with the high near 92. Cloudy this evening with the low around 77. Democratic Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs announced on Wednesday that she is running for re-election. For more details, visit kawc.org/news. Stay tuned for more What's Up Yuma with Johnny and Ronnie on 94.7 FM, KOFA Border Radio.
Hear the rhythm. Feel the beat. Let your curiosity run away on the Latin Alternative. Hi, I'm Josh Norick. Every episode of the Latin Alternative takes you on a thrilling rendezvous of sonic and exotic landscapes in Latin rock, funk, hip-hop, electronic, and tropical music. Join me and my co-host Ernesto Lechner on the Latin Alternative.
Monday evening at 7 on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
The Yuma County Library District provides activities and resources at its branches for people of all ages. Events include story time, citizenship classes, bilingual programs, crafts, author talks, and more. For more information about the activities and calendar of events, plus other in-person and online resources, visit yumalibrary.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are going to find out now the inspiration behind the book, more than just you're a 49ers fan. We're talking off air. You're talking about like the people in the book are real people, real situations.
Correct. Yeah. So a lot of the images, about half the images are real pictures from real fans that I used AI to convert them into cartoons.
Ooh,
Okay.
So
I like
yeah.
that.
So it's pretty cool to use friends and family in the book.
Is that hard? Was that hard to do that with AI?
It was, because I'm not a computer guy.
Okay,
And-
because like my son draws all the time, and my husband wants to transform his
Yeah.
pictures into like a little story, but just for himself. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I would have no clue.
It's
how to
possible.
start.
I've seen
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I've seen. I've been trying to do it with my daughter. She's the same way. She likes
Yeah.
to draw, and so I use AI to pull it out and make it into a 3D,
There you
little
go. I
3D
need to do
cartoon
that.
character. Yeah. So it's you got to know that computer stuff.
Yeah, I'm not too bad with computers,
Yeah.
but
So what was it like originally? So you want to do a book, you got to pull on that thread, figure it out. What were the
Yes.
first processes?
So I mean, I already had a lot of ideas of what to write, so it's just started writing on my phone, typing it out and printing it out, and started pasting all the words that I wanted onto my wall. So my wall in my bedroom right now looks like a madhouse. Like looks like a guy trying to investigate something.
Yeah.
And I got pictures and
like
I
a
got
schizophrenic
words.
lives here. They're like he's
Yeah.
writing stuff all over the wall.
I love it though, because
Yeah.
I was like brainstorming. It was like a blank canvas, and I was
Wow.
just taping, thumbtacking, and it was just coming
that's
together.
neat.
Yeah. I was having fun with it, and so after a couple pages, I'm like, I'm running with this, and the whole wall was covered, and I had a book there. But after like 6 months, I had
About 6 months, you got a book, and then you got to figure out how to get it into
How do
book
we do
form.
this?
Yeah, right.
So how did you do this?
Oh gosh, it's been a long one. So that was an additional 2 months. So another 2 months it took to figure out the sizes and quality of paper and what published company to do it.
So you went with a publisher. Like, do you have
I self-published it. So
Okay.
I used a company called Book Baby, and that's where the book is located right now on bookbaby.com.
So you have to pay for all this.
Correct. I did. Yep. I had to pay my illustrator, because half the images I was able to pull from my gallery, right?
Okay.
And the other half of the images are done by my illustrator.
Oh.
His name is Sergio Hernandez,
Mhm.
and he was able to make the other portion of the images. But I had to get with him and get that done, and then use the company. The company helped me put it all together.
Wow. So you said 2 months? Of
2
that?
months to figure out getting it out on physical copy. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you order a bunch of copies.
Yeah, I ordered a lot. I put a lot of money into
Where
this.
are they? There's in your garage.
They're inside the house because the sun will mess them up. So
that's
if you
true.
guys bought the book, don't leave it out in the sun, because Yuma heat will stick these
It
things
scorches
together.
everything, because we
Yeah.
had an author, Jennifer Coolidge, right? That was her name?
Oh no, that's
Oh, no.
I can't remember her name.
So
off
we
the
did
top of
have
my
an
head,
author
yeah.
though
Yeah.
who wrote Veggies.
I remember.
And,
I've seen her story.
and it took her years. So I
Yeah.
feel like you went the fast track, and
Yeah.
she also self-published too, but she really wanted to just like slow.
Yeah.
She wasn't in a hurry, but you got this stuff
I mean,
pretty quick.
because I've been a fan for so long, so
Yeah.
like the story was already in my head, and
Mhm.
and I already had the idea. So and I'm one of those guys. If I'm gonna do something, I'm all in. I got to get
Yeah.
it done. Like
Yeah.
I hate to
obsessive.
exactly. I have an obsessive, addictive
Kind of. I
mindset.
mean, look, it's your
Yeah.
outfit and you
Oh,
love the 49ers.
No, this is nothing. This is like I slept in this. I'm just kidding.
I know you're not joking.
So you got the book, then you got to get them in people's hands. What was that like? That's the next part. Like,
Yeah,
and you got to sell them because you invested money.
Correct. So this is I give props to myself, honestly, because I didn't know what I was doing, and I did everything. I wrote the book, and now I'm a marketer, and now I'm everything, right? So I'm doing everything on my own. And
Well, no, because Crystal
yes.
Quijada, or how I knew it, Crystal Miranda.
Yeah.
But you already hit me up, and
Yeah.
shout out to Crystal if she's
Yes,
watching right
thank you,
now.
Crystal.
Hopefully she is.
Yeah.
Oh, did
She
she
better
reach
be.
out to you or something?
Well, yeah,
She's
so
all, get
she's-
Steven
Yeah.
on."
She said I had a dream from God that
Mhm.
you had to
What?
get him on the show or something like that. Yeah, no, I'm dead serious.
I love it.
I thank everybody that's been supportive. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
Everybody,
I love
honestly.
that.
Yeah,
I'm-
Crystal hit me up. She's like, yeah. I
And
think
it worked.
Yeah, well, he already had us up
Oh.
already, and I was like, Crystal, yeah, we're gonna get him
Yeah,
on. That's the thing. But it was cool that Crystal reached out as
Right,
supporters
yeah.
I like
of you.
that.
So
I think a lot of people are seeing my social media, and they're kind of like, some of people are understanding my journey, and they're enjoying it. And so I've been very grateful to get the help from the Yuma Faithfuls, and just
Mhm.
So
friends
going
and
to the
family.
Yuma Faithfuls that you brought him up, because we got to give a shout out to Victor and go
Victor,
right now. Yeah.
My buddy Victor Calderon, man. We watch a lot of games together at Hooters. Well, it was at Hooters for 5 years,
Mhm.
and then now it's at Wheezy's.
Mhm.
And so I was the founder of it. I kind of got it all together. I was the president, but then I kind of wanted to pursue the book, and so I was like, we need somebody that can really maintain this group. And then so I passed it on to my buddy Jose Montoya, he's doing a really good job.
Mm.
Yeah. So Jose is,
and that's a group of people that love the 49ers and go together to watch a game,
yes.
right?
Yeah. So it's we call it a chapter.
The chapter.
We call it chapters,
cool.
49er chapter. So we're
Like
the
a
Yuma
bike
Faithfuls.
squad, like
Exactly.
a motorcycle gang.
Exactly.
Yeah, they got the Bird Gang out there, the Black Hole,
wow.
and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's the Cardinals, and then they got the Raiders, the Black Hole. So yeah, that's
a weird
that's
one,
what
right?
Raiders fans are called, the Black Hole.
It is. Yeah.
So you got that. So you were telling me off air that part of selling the book means that you can't be with the Yuma Faithfuls all the time. You're traveling. Explain.
So I know that. So like I said, I quit my job August 1st. I bought a pallet full of books. I bought 1,000 books. So I have 1,000 physical copies, and then you can also purchase online from the website. So the website prints on demand. So you could buy the book online. They'll print on demand and send to you. But then I have 1,000 copies at home where I have to go physically and promote my book.
Sure.
So the past few weeks, I've been going to the games or going to
like where?
So the week 1, I was at Wheezy's. That was against Seattle. Week 2, I went to the home opener. Excuse me. Getting the.
That's all right. Just give us.
I went to San Francisco for one of the games.
There you go.
Yeah, I went to San Francisco for one of the games. I'm going to go to LA tomorrow.
What was the reception like in San Francisco? Were they like, this is cool?
Yeah, so a lot of people are tracking the book, but then there's a lot of people that are not. But yeah, it's gotten a lot of love. I mean, because there's no other books out there, there's that. So it's a good.
So wait, but you're there in San Francisco and you're like, hey, I got a book. Like, what'd you do?
Yeah, I set up a tailgate. Yeah, I set up a tailgate. I drove my truck. I'm 33 days sober. So being sober is like I'm able to function and like be able to be all there. So I'm 33 days sober and I'm happy I am. And I'm able to
good job.
Market and be able to talk to,
You're clear-headed.
Yeah, exactly. So I was out there tailgating and I was able to pitch my story to everybody and sold a lot of books at the tailgates. Going to Houston in like 2 more weeks for the Niners and Houston Texans game. So I'll be over there doing the same thing.
Have you tried to talk to the 49ers?
I have. So yes, I have. I've been, sending emails and sending them books. So I'm just kind of bugging them. Book,
don't stop bugging.
I'm not. I feel like a guy trying to sell like a mixtape, like trying to get a record deal.
That's the way it works.
You gotta hustle, dude.
I am. I really am,
Yeah, that's exactly how I am here today.
And me
like,
too. Hey Johnny, poke.
Yeah, she bugged the hell out of me. But that's what I do to people. So it's like whoever bugs me
He's like, you were
wins.
persistent. Here's a microphone. I'm like,
let's go.
That's exactly how you win, know?
Good job. Good job.
Yeah, that's exactly how you do it. So you're going to be bugging who next?
So so there was one guy that works for the Niners and that I sent it to him, and I have his address for the Niner Stadium, and I know a lot of Niner photojournalists and stuff that work there, reporters. So I sent them books to that same address. Yeah. So I was sending books to all the reporters and stuff, and just making noise, just kind of shaking up the 49er, fan base, and just shaking up the whole 49er world with this book. And I've been getting a lot of support. So
have you sold a lot of copies?
I have. So bought 1,000 copies, and I just counted what I had the other day, and I have about 400. So about 600 I've sold.
Wow.
And then I know online's gone over about 150 have sold online.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's going, and it's only been about a month.
Have you thought about going to like the local football games?
Maybe
like you mean like the high school stuff?
Do you think that would be a market or no?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just everywhere.
Yeah.
I've just been like yesterday, I just stopped at one of the agriculture businesses right here nearby, and I'm like, anybody in here a Niner fan? And the guy's like, I think he's a Niner fan. And then the guy bought 2 of them, and like it's just I'm like, I got to do this more often.
Yeah.
So interesting story about the Niners. I guess you would judge if it's interesting, but so I grew up more basketball. I was a basketball fan. I didn't watch football a lot, but there was one time there was a Super Bowl, and I think it was the 49ers and the Chargers. I think, or the 49ers and the Cowboys. I can't remember, but I know the other color was blue. And I grew up in Okie Town. So they were all blue, and it was like a thing. And I went for the 49ers. I think it was like maybe Steve Young on the team at that point. And I was originally a 49ers fan for a little while. That was my first team because that was the first time I ever watched the Super Bowl and cared at all, like maybe 7th or 8th grade. And I went for the 49ers. 49ers won that game. and I got jumped by about 15 vatos right afterwards. Yeah, so that's how we showed affection in Okietown.
Yeah.
Is like
Beat each other
you would
up.
beat each other up. But so that's my 49ers.
Hey,
like,
but thank
story.
you for supporting
I don't
them.
have any special stories.
Sorry for getting beat up. Yeah.
Sorry, you
was
got beat
That
up.
was 1995, possibly because
95. That's what it was.
He knows.
There it is.
1995.
Who was it?
Chargers.
There was a Charger. That's
It
what I
was
thought. It was a
Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Everybody there were actually they were Cowboys fans. That's why I can't remember. And plus I got my head rocked pretty good for a while. But it was the blue. They liked the Chargers because of the blue and gang life.
That's
And,
how I
like,
usually pick
and I'm
who
like,
I
well,
want.
I want the 49ers to win. And it was like, well, you're in the wrong place, SA.
My husband's going to kick me out if I say outfits one more time instead of uniforms.
Outfits.
Jerseys,
I'm like, I like their outfits. He's like, oh my gosh, honey, their uniforms.
Yeah.
So are you going to write more?
That is the goal. The goal is to write more. I'm riding the wave right now with this Niners. The Niners is my thing right now this year. So I got to push this as far as I can. And then I really do want to make like a baseball book. You know, I'm a Diamondback fan. I like the Phoenix Suns. So there's room for a lot of books, you know.
So is that your basketball team, the Suns?
It is.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
Phoenix
cool.
Suns. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you have to get permission to use 49ers or like?
So
how does
that's
that
a good
work?
question. That's another good one. So I avoided using their logos in the book. So in the book,
Got it.
I had to change the logos, and so I had to use I used my own little logo here, the Life of
Got
a Faithful.
it.
So that's the name of the
Oh,
book.
so that's how you avoid.
You're right. You got to avoid the copyright.
Yeah. So
Avoid the suing. All right.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. I appreciate
You're
it.
awesome.
Like,
Thank you,
wish you
guys.
all the best success,
Seriously.
and tell your mom Norma I said hi. I love her. You grew up with her, so
Yeah.
and
I want to say that was Elizabeth Cooley.
yeah,
Not Jennifer
yeah,
Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge is an actress. You've done that like a few times with actresses, and like Anna Faris. You'd say Anna
Yes,
Alice.
instead of
Yeah,
Alice Ferris. Okay, but anyways, Elizabeth, sorry,
Elizabeth
you wrote
Coolidge,
desert
yeah.
in the veggies.
Yeah,
And it's a great
Yuma
book.
grows veggies.
Yuma
Yeah.
something. The
Yeah,
desert.
grows veggies, something like that. Yeah,
It's about deserts.
yeah, we got it.
But I
And
fixed it.
So tell everybody where they could find your book.
So the book is all around Yuma. I have it at Sharky's. I have it at barbershops, George's Barbershop,
wanna
House
hold
of
it up
Fades.
to
I
the
got it
camera?
at different places.
Yeah, you can hold it up.
Yeah,
Show the
hold it
camera.
up.
Yeah. So I got the
For
book
people
at
that are watching.
I have the book at different places. It's here in Yuma. You guys can contact me on the DM. I go by that 49er guy on Instagram and TikTok, and I could meet you guys somewhere for a book and signing. I'm
Yeah,
also
he delivers.
I deliver. I just talked to Barnes and Noble. We're going to try to get in Barnes and Noble here in Yuma. So that's another one. Amazon this coming week. So we're
Wow.
making progress.
Yeah,
Good
well,
job, dude.
congratulations,
Thank you.
man. I
Me too.
appreciate you. Thank you for what you do for the children and
Yeah.
all the 49er fans out
Thank
there.
you. Thank you,
All
guys.
right. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Kristan Sheppeard from Keller Williams. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Sunrise Cleaning, serving the Yuma area's residential and commercial cleaning needs. Sunrise exclusively uses eco-friendly cleaning products and provides specialty services such as solar panel cleaning and pressure washing. More information and appointment booking at sunrisecleaningaz.com.
Next time on the Retro Cocktail Hour, we'll hear tunes by Henry Mancini and Xavier Cugat. Plus, there's something new by the Waikiki Seven. I'm Darryl Brogdon. Join me where the music is always shaken, not stirred. The Retro Cocktail Hour.
Saturday evening from 7 to 9 on Border Radio KOFA.
For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Alexandra Rangel. We're now 10 days into the government shutdown, and the price of healthcare is one of the biggest issues dividing lawmakers. Senator Mark Kelly warned in a press call Wednesday that thousands of Arizonans are at risk of losing health care through the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, or in Arizona, Access. Enhanced subsidies, which have helped keep health care affordable, are set to expire at the end of the year unless Congress votes to extend them. Kelly says not extending these subsidies could lead to higher premium costs for families. He estimates that 109,000 people in Arizona could lose health insurance if the tax credits expire.
For families in rural areas, this is even worse because options are already limited. So those families are likely to be hit the hardest.
The congressional budget projects extending the policy will cost the government more than $300 billion over 10 years. For KAWC News, I'm Alexandra Rangel.
I'm Maria Hinojosa. Next time on Latino USA, a conversation about migration and queerness with Afro-Dominican author Alejandro Heredia.
I think when we create negative political narrative or positive political narratives, we put people into boxes. And my job as a novelist is to take my people out of boxes.
That's next time on Latino USA.
Latino USA airs on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
Improve Improv, a nonprofit focused on boosting brain health, is now open in Yuma. The organization provides classes consisting of exercises and games which require no previous experience and promote the yes and mindset. More information, including sessions specifically for seniors, is at Just for Fun Improv ME.
I can't. There we go.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there's a mic. I was talking and I didn't hear myself, and I don't like that very
Yeah,
much.
he likes
No,
to
it's like
hear
it's okay.
himself.
Dave's in there bugging Talon, and he messed
Oh,
up.
he's
No, I'm just kidding. No, you guys are good. What's up, Yuma? Yeah, we're back. Yeah,
That's
we're
who
live.
we are.
There we go. Here we go. It's Friday. Let's
Yay, woo!
yep. And we are here joined now by Kristan Sheppeard from Keller Williams, but who I know from Limelight and the such. So we're going to dive into a little bit of that. But before we get into all of that, are you born and raised here? You came here like transplant?
I am a transplant.
Okay.
From San Diego.
From San Diego. Well, that's not too far.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah. So what's that story? How do you end up here from San Diego?
So about 28 years ago, my husband was in law enforcement, putting himself through the academy.
Mm-hmm.
And funny story, we were on the river having fun, and we got pulled over.
So hold on. So you're in San Diego, and like, because a lot of people from San Diego come over here to enjoy our river for some reason.
Yeah.
It's
And-
beautiful.
Yeah, well, I know, but I'm just saying that you guys
You
got
have
the
a beach.
ocean. You guys got the ocean over there, and
Yeah.
so we go over there.
Right.
We
and
switch
then-
places.
Yeah, we
right?
switch.
Right.
And then, so you're on the river getting intoxicated or something,
No,
like partying?
no,
like you're,
no,
what?
no,
no?
he just,
Hey, we just tell the truth. That's
Okay.
No.
There's the statute of limitations is passed.
No
Listen,
judgment.
we're going to be
No
honest. No, I'm
judgment.
just kidding.
It was not.
So what
it was
happened?
not alcohol induced, but we
Okay.
got pulled over because he made a turn that he wasn't supposed to make.
Okay.
And so we got pulled over, and my husband and the officer got into a very deep conversation because my husband was putting himself through the law enforcement training in San Diego.
Oh,
and,
okay.
And he said, "Did you know that we're hiring and you could work on the river?" And my husband grew up coming to the river in the summertime, and so he's like, "You got to be kidding me!" And it was like within a couple months we were.
Oh, really? Yeah. So that a situation that most people don't like, getting pulled over,
It worked out.
It worked out for your good because you got a job out of it, I guess, right? Or at least a lead on a job.
Yeah. No, he got the job. He got the job and had a career for 25 years, retired last year. And
Where at?
Imperial County. So
Okay.
he was in Imperial County. So
Okay.
we chose to live in Yuma because the river was closer to us.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
you guys
So he
are
started
river
on the river
people.
and then he moved his way up the ranks. But that's how we ended up here. Kind of crazy story.
So
What did you do in San Diego?
So I was in college at the time. I graduated and then I moved. He moved like 6 months before me. I
Okay.
moved over here and my first job was teaching. So I taught at Valley Horizon
Oh.
as a first grade teacher.
Oh.
Lori Doring was she hired me and now she's a superintendent and amazing team and awesome people.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a good start.
So teaching, how'd you get into marketing? Because that's the world I know you from.
Right.
And like you and Susan, your business partner, former, maybe still, I don't know.
Best friend.
We could, yeah.
Okay.
Best friend
Good
ever.
terms.
Yeah. Oh, best friend.
So how'd you get into marketing?
So that's a long story. I tell right now I've got about 106 agents that I coach and train. And one of the things I tell them is if you looked at my path, you'll see like it goes left, it goes right. I feel like your path did this too,
Yeah,
like up,
absolutely.
down, all over the place. And if you allow that, you get all these, you learn so much. And so my path did that. So from teaching to having children to side jobs and events and doing marketing for nonprofits and starting a couple nonprofits and just making connections, connect the dots, I always say.
Uh-huh.
And so I was doing some work for Big Brothers Big Sisters, which is how I met Susan. And then Susan and I went to Heritage Festivals, which was at the time, I don't know if they still call it that, but that was a group that put on like Lettuce Days and the big events downtown. And so Susan said, help. Should we, the woman who was doing it before, Dorothy Hall, no, not Dorothy Hall, Dorothy Young passed away.
Dorothy
and so
Hall,
we,
that's school.
That's where my daughter teaches.
You're
That's
like
why
me.
my
We
brain.
get all the names mixed up.
So anyway, we jumped in to help, and then we were asked to move over and take over.
What year was that? Do you remember?
Oh, guy. We started Limelight probably it was probably almost 20 years ago.
About 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So if she passes away, you get this opportunity to keep this thing going.
Keep this thing going for the heritage area. And then they asked us because they needed someone to over at the Visitors Bureau, which was a different organization, but they collaborated. So we moved over to the Visitors Bureau, and Susan took on the executive director position, and I took on the director of marketing and agritourism.
So you both of you worked at the Visitors Bureau for a time, which is now Visit Yuma, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're there, and then that's when you kind of learned a little bit more about marketing.
Yeah, learned, promote. I feel like there's a lot of I still learn every day. But it was having a passion for whatever we were selling at that time. It was Yuma. Learning about the agriculture industry got us super excited. I had pages and pages of notes because nobody was really doing anything with our ag industry that was feeding the whole country. And so we started creating programs, and we kind of reversed it. So we went to organizations and said, we have ideas and we want to do this. And that's kind of where the Harvest Dinner, well, it's not kind of, it is. Harvest Dinner was born.
So that's where it was born.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So you and Susan put that together?
We did.
That was the first one?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that's how we end up also linking up. And we did some videos, my former company. But you were the birth of it.
We were. Bruce Gwynn and Steve Alameda came in and talked about what they could do to elevate the Southwest Ag Summit. And that with that brainstorming session and many pages of notes, that's how the Harvest Dinner was born.
So I was in El Centro last night and for an event. And I guess they had their version of that last night. Do you know anything about that?
I don't.
No, I guess they had their version of it because I was at another event. And they were kind of bummed out because everybody was at that event and not at theirs. They were like, why would we book it on the same night? This is horrible. Yeah, everybody's there. But the Harvest Dinner, that's still big, right?
Yeah. So we did it for, don't quote me, but I think 13 years.
Wow.
And it grew from, the first year it was small. We were trying to gather people. We made mistakes. We had the stage outside the tent. And when we got on the stage, we realized that no one in the tent could see us. We couldn't get the screen in the tent. So we had to have everybody come up on the grass to watch the movie. We learned so much.
Sure.
But then, after about 13 years, give or take, we were tired. It was time to pass the hat and get fresh blood in there. And it's an amazing committee and still super supportive of all their efforts. And we love the ag industry.
So do you remember how many people at the first one at all?
I would say we were somewhere in the vicinity of maybe 150 to maybe 200, and it maxed out for us at about 1,500.
1,500. Wow, that's tremendous growth right there.
For the first one, that's a lot.
And with probably the last 7 years, you couldn't get in. So it was because you had first right of refusal. We could have grown it to 10,000, I think, but there just wasn't space.
Yeah, not enough space. So you said that you saw like nobody is taking advantage or putting on a pedestal or highlighting ag in the place that feeds the world, right?
The ag
so
capital.
you're like, what's wrong? But it is tough because we've had this conversation before. And I've tried to approach ag people or people in the industry, and it's like, hey, I want to help you promote your stuff. And you're like, why? They're like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why? I don't need, I'm doing it. Right. But it's like definitely establishing relationships and going in and like, well, this is why, and this is what we need to do. So you did all of that.
We tried. That was our goal. We had the same approach when we got so excited and we had all those notes and we went to the companies. We've had this conversation.
Yeah.
We got pushback for sure. We had a couple people like Vic Smith, who from JV, who was super like he was ready to go, which was awesome. Robbie Barkley. There was just several of them that were really supportive, which really helped us. Steve Alameda, Bruce Gwynn, the Yuma Fresh Vegetable Association board in its entirety. But we got pushback, and I think there's a lot of reasons. But one is that our agriculture industry in Yuma, they're so humble, and they're in the field. They're the growers. They're the boots on the ground. They're super intelligent, but they're not the marketing end of it. That was that was coming out of Salinas, and but we wanted to highlight what they're doing.
What happens here?
What happens here? And so it was a slow process, but yeah, I think they eventually got it and got excited about it. And then, I mean, at the peak of Harvest Dinner, we were having people come down from Salinas who travel the world for agriculture and would come to the Harvest Dinner and say, "Oh my gosh, like I've never seen anything like it."
Cool.
So that's when it's like for our farmers, they're proud. Like not about us, but about them being proud of of having something that really highlighted.
So highlight them, give them their shine. Like you said, that department happens over there in Salinas, that maybe they get the credit. And we've had like the Lemon Grove on, and he's the same thing. Yeah. He was like, well, there's a whole different level. Like, my buddy grows it, but he grows it for Foxy. So Foxy would be the marketing end of it, you know? Yeah. And so you were able to do that and have some pride here in Yuma for what we do growing outside in the dirt. Yeah. And I think I even did one event for you where we celebrated the workers. Maybe you were, I don't know if you Labor of Love.
We started the Labor of Love program with the Yuma Fresh Vegetable Association as well. So we'd go out to the fields and do random acts of kindness with the farm workers.
Wow. What was that like?
Amazing.
Like what was a random act?
It was probably one of my very favorite programs. One time we would go down, we would do all kinds of things. One time we set up a huge fancy dinner. Alex Trujillo came in and did a JT lunch for them. We had ice chests for them. We had camping chairs for them. One time we went down to JV and they were working, and we called them over, obviously with permission from their supervisors. We called them over and we said, "You guys got to get in the bus." And they were so confused. And then we took them to Target and they went on a shopping spree.
Wow. Oh, cool.
That was so fun.
And these are the people actually in the field working.
Yeah.
This is the labor of love for them. And it gave me a whole different view and a respect for everything they do. I'm out there. I was setting up a sound or video equipment and in the dirt, in the mud.
This is bad.
Yeah. So it's this is what they do. Yeah. So it's this is where they live. And you showed up to that place and said, "We love you and we care about you."
Sweet.
Yeah. And it was always so well received. We were so blessed. The Yuma Fresh Vegetable Association really was they were the reason why we were allowed to do those things. We would come with ideas and they'd be so supportive, and it was great. It was a great time.
That's
all right. Well, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back with more and figure out how you end up at Keller Williams after all of this. We're going to do that after a short break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Today's day sponsor is Bill Moody, sharing this anniversary message. "Stephanie, I remember your smile the first time I told you I love you, like yesterday. I knew then our love is true and that we will always be there for each other. Your wedding day smile warms my heart to this day, as do our 5 years of love, adventures, and laughter. Here's to 5 years and forevermore."
Next time on the Retro Cocktail Hour, we'll hear tunes by Henry Mancini and Xavier Cugat. Plus, there's something new by the Waitiki 7. I'm Darryl Brogdon. Join me where the music is always shaken, not stirred. The Retro Cocktail Hour.
Saturday evening from 7 to 9 on Border Radio KOFA.
The Arizona Western College String Ensemble will present a student chamber music concert at St. Paul's Episcopal Church on 16th Street at 5 p.m. on October 30th. The group will feature works that celebrate the versatility of strings, traversing the familiar and the unexpected. More information is available under events at azwestern.edu.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here talking to Kristan Sheppeard, and all this experience in marketing we're talking about. How do you end up in real estate? Did they recruit you? They were like, "We need her." Is that how it happened? Or did you want to get into real estate? Or
it started with, I like to do new things. That's, I think, part why the path goes like that. And so I had thought, well, I could get my real estate license and do it on the side.
Gotcha.
I had a couple kids at that time that were going to be getting ready to go to college. And so I thought offset some of that expense, but mostly because I just like to learn something new. And so I went to real estate school and got my license. And I thought, I'm just going to do this part-time on the side.
Was that hard? to get your license, or did you find it easy?
It is not an easy test.
Okay.
It is difficult.
Yeah.
I now in the position that I'm in, I know last time I heard it's about a 56% pass rate.
Wow.
So it's not easy. It's a lot of memorization.
Yeah.
It's a lot of memorization, and it's important information, but it's definitely not teaching you how to build a real estate business, but it's vocabulary and terms and liability and legality and all that stuff. So yeah, I had like 1,000 note cards, and I studied. In fact, I was in the class with my 1,000 note cards sitting next to a really sweet younger girl who was probably in college. And she's like, I knew she wanted to talk to me. And she finally leaned over and as I'm writing away, and she's like, Mrs. Sheppeard, have you ever heard of Quizlet?
I love Quizlet.
All online. I hadn't heard of Quizlet, but it's all online. Now I know Quizlet.
It's basically what you were doing.
It is, but I
online.
don't know if it would work for me because I memorized by writing.
Exactly.
It's how I cement it in my brain.
And
anyway,
you passed.
I did.
Yep.
I did. So I did that for 2 years, just on the side. Limelight's still active because Limelight it was all our ag stuff, but we had other clients as well. I still have Limelight actually today.
Really?
I kept one client. But yeah, so I did that for a couple years, and then I was approached.
You were approached
by Connie Sims. Yeah. Connie Sims at Keller Williams had reached out and just asked if I would be interested in having a conversation. And really at that time, I loved Connie. But I wasn't really looking for a job. I'd had so much flexibility in what I had done before that I wasn't sure, but I went and met with her and went through what they call the career visioning, or we call the career visioning process, which it's about a 5-meeting process. And you're doing a motivational interview and a life story interview, and you're crying and it's deep and you're learning. And I was like, who is this company that wants to learn so much about me and wants to know if not only do they want to know if I'm going to be a good fit, but they want to know if I'm going to even like it. Like they care to know that I'm going to like it. And so that whole process just blew me away. So then I just went with it. Awesome. I jumped the gun.
So you went through, you said there was a process. In that process, were you getting comfortable? You're like, I could do this. I like this, or?
Yeah. Well, the process was really just about them getting to know me.
Oh, okay.
So they were
seeing like if you're a good fit.
They are, but it's a weird process because it doesn't feel like you're just being interviewed like most jobs. It was like giving me information about in a really roundabout way to see if I would like the role. So that I'm not in there miserable.
Exactly.
Because then it's not a win-win for anybody.
Yeah.
So at the end of that process, especially the motivational interview, it talks about your 5-year plan and where you want to be and what matters to you and how does it make you feel and how does that impact your life, and goes very deep. I was like, I got to learn more about this company. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And so so it's been about 4 years last month that I have been with them.
Okay, so what's your title then?
It's CEO Team Leader is the official title.
Team Leader, okay. Because I know, it seems you're part of like the recruitment.
So my job,
or to make it look good, or like how does that work?
People?
It's a kind of all the above.
The above.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's we're small. We're the largest real estate office in Yuma.
Okay.
But we are really small staff. So basically my job is coaching, training, teaching, growing, running the office, connecting the dots. I say that a lot because the company is so large and the resources are so amazing that one of my biggest jobs is connecting the dots for our agents so that they have the tools they need to succeed and to break through ceilings and to get where they want to go. So yeah, it's kind of I wear a lot of hats there.
You're
for
like
sure.
a real estate coach.
Right. The coaching for sure is a big part of it. Teaching, I teach in the market center.
So do you still do the real estate part as well, or no?
I still have my license.
You still have your license?
Yeah, I still have my license, and I did just help a client recently, but I tend to refer them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm.
Is it just like too much work?
It's not that it's more so that I don't want to be in competition with
the people you're coaching, and
because I'm working with them. Yeah. Yeah. It just makes it easier, cleaner.
Did you like selling houses though?
I did.
Was that fun?
I did. I really did. It was it was a learning process. Again, I only did it part-time for those 2 years.
Yeah.
But helping people and, getting them into for many of these people, it's, their dream home or their first home, like many happy moments.
Yeah.
And then there's some that are sad, right? Downsizing or a loss of a loved one. And I like helping people. That's I think everything in my life is connected back to that. So that is a natural fit for real estate because you're helping people with one of the most important decisions, one of the most expensive commodities they have in their whole life.
Totally.
Yeah, then that could definitely it could be difficult too, because what if they're not happy with the house? That's what I always wondered. Like, you ever face those situations? Can you say anything about that?
Well, what I could say is that the training, so our thing, right, our biggest platforms or our biggest pillars are training and culture. So within that training is where you're really diving deep into how to have those conversations ahead of time.
Okay.
So that you really understand what your clients want. And yes, can they change? Absolutely. I think people change their minds and things change. But if you're asking the right questions and you're connected with them and you have really solid communication with them, then you avoid
that. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
End.
So that's the best way is preventative.
Absolutely.
Fill them out.
Absolutely.
So, so social media is also a part of what I think I saw you sitting on a desk or standing on a desk this morning. You were doing something like that.
Girls talked me into this.
The girls talked you into it? Like, everybody has to go see it. Where's this at? Is that on the Keller Williams page?
What is it? It's on Keller Williams Realty.
There was a few desks that you were on top of or something.
I have no idea.
One of them. Yeah. So was that, and that was real?
Yeah.
How did you get it?
do that?
I just did a handstand.
Wow. Flexible.
Okay, hold on.
I'd fall right over.
Do we have room here for her to do a quick handstand? Like, can we make that happen?
Here we go. Let's do it live.
So I was wondering, is that really her? Is that a stunt double? What is this? But yeah, you were upside down on a desk. So I guess you can have a little bit of fun with what you're doing.
Of course.
You have to have fun.
If you're not having fun, you're in the wrong job, right?
Yeah.
Like, life is too short.
Yes, I totally agree.
So do you direct that? You come up with like social media ideas, or is like a team that does that?
So we have a gal that her name is Sarah, who does a phenomenal job.
So did Sarah tell you you're going to be upside down on the desk?
That was actually my idea.
Oh, wow.
But Sarah does a lot of them.
Yeah, because if Talon told me to do it, I don't think I would do it.
Sarah was videoing, so I appreciate it.
Was there someone there to catch you?
No, I just
she lives on the edge. This one, I'll tell you what, I know her.
I'll sue them if I get hurt. It's all good.
That was fun. We were just having fun, and then it turned into a longer video. And I didn't know they were going to post it this morning, but I saw it.
Oh, you didn't know?
I knew they'd probably post it, but I didn't know when. Yeah. And I was like, oh, we'll see how this goes. Because I ended with the monkey noise. Did you hear that? Yeah.
Oh,
the monkey noise is like all the kids in our office, all the agents' kids in our office, when they come in, they want to hear the monkey noise. And so
Can we hear it?
Well, of course we can.
You really want to hear it?
Yes.
I won 4 tickets to Universal Studios with my monkey noise.
It must be okay. Let's hear.
Okay, let me try.
It's a pretty good monkey noise. That's authentic. Talon's shaking his head. Yes,
I'm like, where's the monkey?
Yeah, there was a monkey in here for a little bit.
That was good. So they always want to hear that.
Yeah.
The kids always want to hear
Oh, the kids. I'd be like, I want to hear it.
The kids always want to hear
My
it.
mom won tickets doing a horse neigh.
Oh, that's
yeah.
funny.
I'll have to have her on.
She can do it. I love it.
We should give away tickets to do something like we need an animal noise that
an
elephant noise.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
That
It
needs
took
to
a
be a
weird
thing.
turn. Like we're supposed to talk about your real estate school.
Yeah.
We can hear about that now.
No, in a minute. We're going to talk
Okay.
about it. But in the video, the social media video was what happens if you because you show up early. That was the thing. You show up early, and so you're at other people's desks
waiting for them.
Doing mayhem, like hands down, like having playing around at their. Yeah, at the office.
Playing with their
So the moral of
stuff.
the story was get to work early.
Get to work. That was the early bird catches the worm. Is what.
I need to do that. I'm always like skating in at the last second. I
Yeah,
gotta
it's
get
like
here
where's
early.
Ronnie?
I'm like,
That's
here.
always, she finally gets her.
I show up.
But yes, okay, we have about a minute left. So
Yes.
Real estate school.
Go, yes.
Let's hear
Okay.
it.
So we are super excited. We have a free real estate school. It's we call it zero cost to students, but it is free. We don't say free because the market center pays for it.
Okay.
We pay monthly to be able to offer it, but it is completely zero cost to students. And so it covers the 90-hour pre-licensing class and the 6-hour contract writing class that you have to have for the state of Arizona.
Wow.
So it's completely, there's no strings attached. You don't have to join Keller Williams. We would never want to strong arm anyone. Of course, we want you to come learn about it.
Sure.
And see if it's a good fit. But It is completely zero cost. And the reason why that is because the company they had a committee that got together and decided, how can we open doors for more people and open doors for people who maybe don't have parents in real estate or don't have those connections or might need the way they did it, because we're worldwide, we're in 38 countries and across the country. So the easiest way was, let's just take the cost off the table and see what happens. And it's just exploded. And so we have a career night on October 21st, which is Tuesday at 5:00 at our Keller Williams office. And everyone's welcome to come. It is not a sales pitch because it is definitely not easy. Real estate school is hard, and it's all online on demand. So you have to be self-motivated and self-accountable. But yeah, it's about 45 minutes and we just tell you all about it. And then if you want to sign up, great. And if you don't, great too. We understand.
So if people do sign up, then it's all online.
Then they get a link the next day and it's all online.
And it's all free?
And it's all free.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's all free.
So do you find a lot of people sign up?
Yeah, we do. We get probably about 25 to 30 people every time we do a career night.
Wow.
And then we probably get the amount that graduate is significantly less to get through it. I tell people it's like going to the gym or going to a personal trainer. You buy the gym membership and you don't go. A lot of people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's that setup because you don't have a teacher, you don't have set times.
And how do they find out more information real quick?
Call 928-247-6180 or go to any Keller Williams social media platforms or website.
All right. Thank you so much.
On the desk.
Yes. I'm going to go to the office and see if she actually does that. I'm going to get there early.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for being
Appreciate
with us.
you.
This was great. And with that, what's up? Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Ornelas, Juan Garcia, and Dave Reek.
And you can find out more about KAWC at KAWC.org, on Facebook at KAWC Radio, and on the KAWC app. And stay tuned following our program for KOFA Midday Music.
And on tomorrow's program, there is no tomorrow because it's Saturday. And we're also not going to be here on Monday because we like Columbus, I guess.
I love Columbus, so we'll be back Tuesday. And you can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes at kawc.org/podcast/whatsupyumaradio and email us at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
All right, we got a few more seconds. Monkey, real quick.
Really quick, I want to say congratulations to the basketball team because they won last night. My son's on the team.
Oh, cool.
And we went to and so the AWC basketball team.
Woo! AWC, no.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma and Imperial Valley Wealth Management, offering solutions for those who value financial planning. YIVWM.com.
Broadcasting from Yuma campus of Arizona Western College for more than 55 years, this is Border Radio, 94.7 FM, KOFA Yuma. We also broadcast at 1320 AM in Yuma at KAWC.org and on the KOFA app.
The Arizona Western College Parker Learning Center will host the Parker Community Expo from 1 to 4 p.m. on November 5th. The expo will provide career information, local resources, transfer options, and employment opportunities for students and the public in and around La Paz County. Details under events at azwestern.edu.